over here. Get some canes over here. We got some canes over here. Relax and take notes while I step in. Ain't no question. I've been reppin'. See my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team. Let us hit it out. You can't get connected with us. Check your figure note. Infamous with that swag. It's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gate, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Coral Gables around the world, we don't have a limit. We read our youth from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
All we do please is the hurricanes. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting sacked. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got that passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, Warren Sapp, yeah.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock back. And if you hatin' on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turnover chain, got the people going crazy.
Now whoop whoop, it's the sign so you know who it is. They counting finals ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crystal clear. Now put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know we got some canes up in here.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
Subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
Oh! Let's go, baby.
A for effort, baby. A for effort.
Let's go. Listen.
Hey,
somebody we needed that.
Hey, I just want to say your prediction
was right on.
Oh, wow.
37-34 was my prediction. We won 38-34. Listen, super excited. Let me take care of housekeeping right quick. Get this out the way so we can get it going. Thank you, Solo D. Big shout out to him. Also, our sponsor, Mr. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. Anything you got to do with financing, make sure you hit him up. He's a huge Hurricane fan too. Let's keep all
business in the family. Big Hurricane fan. Trust me, man. Hit him up. Anything dealing with. I gotta meet this dude. He got all type of fans blowing. All right, listen. Anything dealing with certified home loan. Anything dealing with buying new homes, refinancing, investment properties, all of those type of things. That's it, man. So go check him out, Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. His number is 305-205-1697, as well as all his other information is in the description. So make sure you check him out. Anyway, with all that being said, we in the building. Somebody said say his name, man. They got all type of names for this cat. TVD, all right? Tyler Van Dyne. I see another one right here. Hold up. Tyler Van Dam. They got all kind of names for this cat, dog. Big shout out to the producer, Ellen V. She done changed the name from $4.99. She says, Coach, now we got to talk about that long intro. Can't wait for the show to start. Listen, I got to get, unless you go cut that check, Ellen, I got to pay the bills, baby, if you understand what I'm saying. And I like that $4.99, but that ain't going to do it. So we'll talk. With all that being said, I appreciate you guys. We in the building. Super good win. As I always start off these things, one word. V12, talk to us. What's your one word for this game?
I'm a little southern, so I'm going to say told you.
Told you.
Told you.
Told you. I love it. Hey, Balin, talk to her. What's your one word, man? One word for this game. You on mute. You on mute. You on mute.
Van Dyke.
All right, I like it. My one word for this game is woo. That's all I got to say. Woo.
How you spell that? How you spell that?
CANES. That's how you spell woo. If you understand what I'm saying. Real quick, shout out, man. Hurricane Millie, $4.99 code. Please talk about the secondary getting cooked. We're going to get into all of that, man. But right now, we're going to celebrate this deal, man. So let's get into this thing. Let's talk about how we kicked it off. Bro, they came out the gate, they first drive, baya, slapped us across the face, quick 7. We come right back, baya. Then we jump out them 21-7 right there, right? Let's talk a little bit about how that whole thing transpired, Bailey.
And I'll tell you what, the creativity and the offensive play calling, finally. You know, I saw a lot more RPOs with the bubble and the slants, and that's my favorite part. Guys, this is a numbers game. If they're going to load the box, throw the dang bubble. I don't understand why we don't do that. You know, you mentioned before the post-game or pre-game, Coach Hayes, get Restrepo involved, get the guys in space. And what did they do? They did exactly that. And then that opened up the seams down the middle, which, you know, it was amazing to watch. We scored on 3 straight possessions in the first quarter, up 21-7, and there was still like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It was unreal. It was almost like, again, watching us last year in the first 3 or 4 games, how great our offense was looking and clicking. And, you know, Rhett Lashley, I'll give him the first half, looked phenomenal. You know, we scored 30 points the last couple of games. We did that before the second half ended. So, I mean, great credit. I wish we would have, you know, kept the gas, you know, on the pedal. We get kind of conservative once we get that lead, and it's like it bites us in the butt. But overall, you know, I was really pleased. And like we just mentioned, you call him what you want. The dude threw for 498 yards today. Unbelievable. 378, something like that. I mean, unbelievable. I told you pregame, all you guys, all you fans, all you listeners in here, you guys are all about Jay Garcia about 3 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden you're the Tyler Van Dyke TVD giving them nicknames. Guys, don't waver. You know, we just better be thankful we got a quarterback that's playing like this, because like Coach Hayes and I talked about on the phone, this cat, the way he's playing, might be out of here in 2 years. So let's just enjoy this, because this kid is special.
Definitely, man. V12, talk to us.
Yeah, it's all about showcasing our talent, showcasing who we do have. We do have a phenomenal right now young quarterback. The receivers, they're popping off the screen. Rhett Lashley opened up the playbook, and we were aggressive today. Like I expressed to you earlier, I knew it was going to be one of these types of games. They can't guard us. They couldn't guard us. Likewise, we couldn't guard them. But we were the better team today. Of course, they say it's better to be a little lucky than good. We got away with a few things, but today, you know, we got away with the win. Like I said, Coach, earlier, we on a 2-game win streak. Got another one coming.
I love it, man. Let me say this. I love the way we started this thing off, man. It was impressive. I have to say there was some creativity, finally, some innovativeness, right? So Rhett Lashley used some innovation and some creativity, motion, and those type of things. I'm going to get into the second half, right? Because as Coach I keep it 100. You understand? But back to also, I've been saying this. I've been saying finally you get to see for people who do not understand the nuances of this game, and I understand your fans, and I get it, and I've coached, so therefore my outlook is just a little different. When I keep harping on gap scheme plays, the play in which Rooster broke for the touchdown is what we call a gap scheme play, these counters, traps. And for my Rooster fans, I got something for y'all. Huh? Rooster in the building. We got a whole Rooster here. I brought Rooster. He in the back right there. I got him in the cage. He ready. So that's what I've been trying to say to y'all, that those type of plays, that changes up the look for it, right? And we're going to get into the second half. I wasn't as pleased. I'll talk about it. But I want to give a big shout out to Swerve. Swerve in the building. If I'm not mistaken, I think he might be a Can fan, might not, but he's been really, really hard on us. But he said in the earlier comment, if I can find it real quickly, he said, oh, here we go. I can't, or she, I don't know, says, I can't doubt these boys anymore. I'm sold they will win out. The Swerve been tough. I don't even know if he's a true Kane fan, to be honest. So with all that being said, I was excited to see the first half. It looked good. Defensively, we had a lot of holes. But again, I have to say this, we still playing one of the top quarterbacks, one of the top offenses in the conference as well as in the country. So I'm not too harsh on that, but there's still some things we definitely could have fixed in that piece, and I'm going to go with that. Let's talk about the man of the hour right now, Mr. Tyler Van Dyke, man. Balin, your quarterback guy. What did you see from Tyler Van Dyke from a growth standpoint from his first start in college to today, which was, what, 3 weeks ago?
Well, guys, I know we keep missing this, guys, and you guys are going to laugh about it, but everybody, even the announcers, are saying, oh, this is his third game starting. No, guys, technically this is his fourth game because he did play a middle school team in Central Connecticut, and he looked incredible, and he started that football game. Jake Garcia did not start that football game. Tyler Van Dyke did. So this is his fourth game starting, and in that game he looked impressive. And then let's fast forward to this game. Impressive. The only game that was like iffy was Virginia, but then you saw the second half, and we almost totally forgot about what it looked like in the first half. So I'm going to be honest with you. That is 4 straight games in environments like that he's played in on 2 primetime games and 2 mid games with this game in Central Connecticut at noon. I mean, what more can you ask for this kid? He's a freshman, a redshirt freshman, yes, but still at the end of the day, a freshman. So it's 3.5 more years. I was so impressed. I was pleased as a quarterback coach. He was replacing the blitz. And that's my favorite part. That is experience. That's something you cannot teach. And he was throwing the ball on time and accurately. The 2 plays that stuck out to me the most, there's an outside blitz on the left. He threw like a 5-yard hitch from the slot. Even the announcer said it, replacing the blitz. That is huge. And then the touchdown that he threw, the post route, it was like an RPO. He saw the safety come down. I mean, he threw that. It was to take the lead 38-31. I don't know if you guys remember that throw that he made. It was to number 5. It was a dart. It's just seeing things like that, guys. You can't teach that. And then, of course, the game winner, what I assume is the game winner, was the comeback to Rambo in the end zone. Timing. He didn't know the DB was going to get pushed off or fell or whatever he did. But the fact that he threw that ball in that type of – you can't teach that, guys. Everybody that watched the game, you're watching a 19-year-old kid completely take over. And he's not playing like it. He looks like he's a 25-year-old, baseball guy coming back to play football. And this kid is the real deal, and guys, look at the last 3 games, the big games we're talking about. 300 yards in almost every single one of them, over 300. It's unbelievable what he did today.
Yep. V12, talk to us in regards to that, to what you've seen so far as just growth through Tyler Van Dyke.
Yeah, I think it's a comfort level for him. He's definitely, and I'm this type of person, especially with our football team. As long as I see you progressing every week, I'm okay with that. And for TBD, he's in my book, and I'm first to say, Bailey, you know this, I'm a Jake Garcia fan, but I never said I didn't like Tyler. I just thought Jake was a little bit more shifty, a little bit more accurate. But Tyler, it's his show, and he's shown that this past 3 games what he can do. What I'm most impressed about is his confidence and his poise. To what Balin said, he looks like he's been doing this for a long, long time. And you have to understand, even though the offensive line is giving him some time, he's making the appropriate reads at the appropriate time. And and those are things that's innate in good quarterback, and he seems to have it. He's a big guy, and he has a very, very strong arm. And let me tell you this, the receivers caught some balls, but they left some balls from that young man on the field because he was putting them there. And then, Restrepo, I mean, what you gonna say about Restrepo, man? He threw to Restrepo from the hash, man. I mean, you can't. So he has the physical, and he also has the intangibles, and he's only getting better. And I think one of the announcers said it. Lastly, the first couple games had the handcuffs on. Now it's a confidence thing. They trust him, you know, and he's going. The fan base is he's earning the trust of the fan base, and more importantly, his coaches and team. So I mean, I think that we do have a star in the making. Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. Y'all busting my head, man. I'm gonna give my piece about it too. I think I saw somebody in here say something about the intro. Let me tell y'all something, guys. I'm gonna say this. I know you said it jokingly, but I'm gonna say this again. The reason I play that intro, and I know y'all want to get right to it, I'm giving YouTube time to send out the notifications to everybody that I'm going live. It doesn't happen instantaneous, guys. They have to send out. We got 15,000 subscribers, so it's sending out 15,000 notifications. Not gonna happen in 3 seconds. So I do that to give people time to get on because I want people to get all the information. So if you know that's the case, put the thing on, go get you something to drink. By the time you do all that, kiss your wife, pet the dog, put the kids to sleep, whatever, come on back. We'll be ready to rock and roll. So, and it also helped pay the bill. So unless y'all cutting big checks, coach ain't changing nothing. So with all that being said, it is what it is, man. All right, let's get into this piece, man. I'm going to say the same thing about TVD. He is what we thought he was, huh? You know, Denny Green, he is what we thought he was. He played extremely well. And one thing I like about is his poise. He doesn't seem rattled. He doesn't seem he doesn't get shaken, right? He took a couple sacks, and that's fine. That happens as part of the game. That's why they call it football. But what I liked about him, the biggest play that he had, of course, he had some amazing throws. But on that run, when he faked my man out with the fake pitch and got the first, that was huge. That right there is letting me know he is literally thinking on the run. You know how many people can't process that? You have to process. You know the situation before the snap. Now this guy appears in front of you, and I'm going to fake this dude out just so I can fight to get a little bit more run in him. I mean, that's huge. That shows he's a high-level processing kind of guy, right? A lot of people can't process things very high at a high level, and he did that. You understand what I'm saying? He did that. So trust me, he a tough cat, man, and I love the way he thinks. You understand what I'm saying? In that case, and also he threw that ball to Restrepo. V12 was referring to. He threw that ball. Even though it was a free play because they jumped off sides, he still threw that ball where they could get more yards instead of just a cheap 5 yards. He throws it. Wasn't really catchable. Restrepo did a great job getting to the ball and catching it, and that was huge. Also, let me speak about Restrepo. I talked about this in pregame. Guys, Restrepo is deadly with the ball in his hand. Get it to him now and let him do the work. He's strong, he's compact, and he's powerful. Harley, I know we like to throw the bubbles to Harley, and it's okay as a changeup. But Restrepo can pull out of that. Restrepo is more shifty in small spaces. Harley is not as shifty. Keyshawn is not as shifty in small spaces. They're your striders. They're your mid-range guys. But that Restrepo, he can be dangerous. And I wish to God we would do more crossing routes and digs and overs with our guys, because we've seen it happen against our defense every week. I swear to God, if I see another slant, like Balin was talking about how we did throwing against the blitz, right? Completing against the blitz. They did the same thing to us on those slants, and they also start dragging those guys across the formation, and it creates confusion. We have to implement that into our offensive playbook, if you ask me. Let's get into this part, man, because I want to open up the phone line. I want to spend a lot of time talking to the fans. We talk all the time. Let's flip it to the second half. All right. Defensively, even in the first half, we gave up some plays, but let's go to the second half. Do you think we came out, and I'll start with you, Balin, do you think we came out with the same, or do you think we made the proper adjustments in the second half coming out of this deal from a coach's standpoint? Because you coach.
Absolutely not. I think it was the worst third quarter we could have played. I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially, look at the difference between the opening drive of last week against NC State and then this week against Pittsburgh. I mean, we're in the same kind of situation. All the momentum's kind of shifted a little bit. Even though we're up by 14, Pittsburgh had a great drive down the half. They missed the field goal, so you can somewhat say we had momentum. But the second half, opening drive, we could have literally put the nail in the coffin and went up 38-17. And we're talking game changer. We talked about that at halftime, Hayes, when we were on the phone. Like, that sucks the life out of everybody. And if you come out aggressive like they did last week, it's over. But guess what? We got conservative. We punted the ball 3 and out. Guess what? They went straight down the field, scored, and then all of us, or actually they had the great punt return, scored in like 3 plays, and then again another 3. We had a little long drive, and then interception. Boom, they come all the way down, score again. So it was like there was just not much. It was actually probably one of the worst third quarters I've seen coaching wise. We could have easily blown the game, and then now we talk about second half adjustments. The fourth quarter was probably one of the best. I would have said the best play calling as far as a managing time standpoint, and then it showed how we won the game there. And Will Mallory almost pissed me off and made me almost break my phone. But at the end of the day, sometimes when it's your day, and that ball rolled perfectly. Honestly, the way that the ball was spotted in the orange sticks, even if they were to put it back at the 29-yard line, it was still first down because when they put the marker down, the ball was well in front of it. So I think the game was over anyways, but we still got to take care of that ball. But overall, when you talk about adjustments, third quarter, it looked like we went right back to the old Miami's conservative, trying to play with the lead. Fourth quarter, I feel like the coaching was pretty good. Special teams needs to get better. I'm going to be honest with you. Special teams needs to get better. Why are we returning the ball out of the end zone? What are we doing? Two possessions, we got the ball inside the 15-yard line. I don't like it. I know we have speed or whatever, but at the end of the day, we get the ball guaranteed on the 25-yard line. Just take it. Unless he's kicking it short, if it's in the end zone, don't take it out. I don't understand why we're doing that. But at the end of the day, great fourth quarter.
V12, talk to us.
Yeah, I think Balin summed it up. Not in that third quarter, not a lot of emphasis on scoring. I think we kind of played more of a prevent type of offense. You understand what I'm saying? Like we would just play just to kind of see where they would be at. We didn't have much emphasis. It wasn't a good third quarter for us, even from a play calling perspective, and then also from a defensive perspective. I know you're gonna get to that, but I mean we weren't gonna be able to stop Kenny Pickett the entire game. So this was to be expected with them scoring. But I didn't like how in the third quarter, they came out. They scored 14 points unanswered, and that can't happen if you want to continue on this win streak. So the third quarter wasn't really our best quarter. It wasn't a lot of emphasis on offense or even throwing the ball for that matter. We didn't drop back like we did in the first quarter and let things loose. I don't know why that was, because we could have essentially put the game out of reach. But again, it seems like we like to play on the edge, and that's what happened today. But we got another win.
Yeah, definitely, man. And a lot of people are talking about the yardage, and I'm gonna tell you this: I've been in games like this, and I understand yardage, right? And those stats do play a big part. And when you play high-power offenses like this, you're going to give up yardage. Now, that may be a little excessive, but at the end of the day, we were matching that yardage, right? So, therefore, when you play games like this and you can match the yardage, you got high-powered guys, right? And think this guy's a Heisman hopeful right here, right? As well as you got guys that's catching the ball extremely well. Not an excuse, this is reality. And so long as you can match that, sometimes you're going to be in those type of games. You know what I mean? It's just part of it. You're going to be in those type of games. But the thing is, we held our ground when we were supposed to, right? They moved from 20 to 20, but when they got in there, it got a little tight. That field goal where they stopped them for that field goal, that was huge. Defensively, I want to talk. Well, let me go back to the second half. In the second half, again, I thought we lost our creativity. We lost being innovative. We didn't motion anymore. We didn't put their defense in conflict to create mismatches, right? We stopped that. We got away from this. We started running back to that inside zone, those type of things. Cody Brown comes in. Guess what we run with Cody Brown? Inside zone, split zone. We don't run the gap scheme plays. And those are the things that bother me. Like, be honest with you, Rooster can run all of that, but Cody Brown needs those type of plays. You understand what I'm saying? Those are the type of plays Cody Brown needs, are those type of plays to let him develop. I don't think he's that split zone, inside zone, outside zone type of dude. You know what I mean? And that's that. Defensively, I'm going to say this. Let me bring Bailey in. Defensively, on the flip side is what I didn't like about it was in the sense. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What I didn't like on the inside about it, or on the flip side about it is defensively, we gave up a lot of things, and there was a lot of miscommunication, especially with the crossing routes. Go back and look at it. There's no communication. We're playing zone. We're doing these things, but nobody's recognizing the split of the receiver on the other side and echoing that across the field, alerting them, hey, let them know a zone is coming. We used to call it jelly, 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 right? People say, why is jelly? Because it's going to be sweet when I pick this thing off and knock this dude out. I mean, that's some of the players came up with. I don't care that. I told them to come with their own call, but let it jelly, 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 jelly. They know that's an alert to say, watch for the dragger coming across. If you saw that one where I think number 5 ran the field for a long way, He was chasing him. Then he realized, oh, shoot, that dude pulled off of that cross because they ran a mesh concept, and now we're confused. Those type of things are going to come back to bite us in the butt later. We have to be able to figure that kind of stuff out. They have to be able to do that. Let me see here. Fragrance Play says, you're right, Coach. They talk to each other after the play. Yeah, too late then. You need to be talking pre-snap. You do that by looking at the alignment of those guys. All right. Let me say this too about defense. I want to get my part. Two things happened. I lost my mind up in this crib. James Williams got the great interception, right? Great interception. As soon as he takes his helmet off, I'm screaming, put your helmet on. Put your helmet on. And I'm looking for his teammates, and you can tell somebody told him he put it on. Then look, he goes out of bounds out the back of the end zone. He takes it off and wants to show the crowd who he is. And that's how he got the 15-yard penalty. That's how we got the ball on 2. If you look, interception was on the 4. Half the distance of the goal puts us on the 2. That's selfishness, right? That's where your teammates have to come in and get a young pup and put him in his place. Because that could have simply, think about how this could have went. If they called that a safety, if there was a better camera angle that could have really solidified that was maybe a safety, they get those 2 points, they get the ball back, field goal range, they win this ball game by a point. I'm just talking about how simple things from a discipline standpoint could have hurt this game. And I'm not here to belabor that and go over it, but I'm just talking about how those type of things hurt football teams when you're in these situations. And that's something the young boy got to learn. His emotion, he gets too emotional, and nobody's out there putting him in check, right? You can't do what you did at American Heritage you do out here. They're not having it. You understand what I'm saying? So with all that being said, I'm going to say that part. Second is, Mallory, great catch. Great way to keep confidence in it, but you got to hold on to the rock. It's a football. It's oblong. It could have went any way, and luckily it bounced backwards, but it still bounced our way. And I'm going to say this last piece and let you guys finish. I'll open up the phone lines. What do you guys – is this what Manny Diaz was talking about in the press conference when he said we got to find that play? Because I'm going to be honest with you. When he said it, I wanted to slap him through the TV. We got to find that play. When I'm talking about find that play, maybe the ball starts to bounce our way, because the ball previous to this game, the ball had not really been bouncing our way in certain call. Just think about that football. It could have actually rolled backwards another 5 yards, or they could have recovered it. You understand what I'm saying? And that happens in football. Is this what you think Manny Diaz was referring to, V12?
Yeah, it's just sometimes, I think I stated earlier, sometimes the game swings your way, and there were opportunities where the game swung our way, and we ended up we held on to the football to win the football game. We were trying to give it away. We tried to give it away multiple times. I think, to go back to that call, yeah, James Williams did make a mistake as a freshman, but again, that's a little bit of swaggeroni, and that's from the old Canes. He'll learn from that. But what really upset me was, you see where you are, and you're trying to run that same inside zone where the DBs are playing you 7 yards away from the receiver. Dump the ball off and let's get out of the end zone. So that's on Lashley, and that's on Lashley, and that's on Manny. The second thing is, why was he jumping? He clearly had the first down. He's clearly a big tight end. Tuck the ball, put your head down, and let's get down the field. So those are the things that need to be worked on. We need to talk about that. He clearly had the first down. No reason. What are you hurdling for? You're not going anywhere. You're on a boundary. Get the first down. Let's win this game. So we try to get that game away, right?
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, we try to give it away, but again, it was our day today. But when you compete, things like this happens, and sometimes it bounces your way. We got to win today.
Thank you. Real quick before I get to Balin, I want to say this, and I forgot to even bring this point up. Again, we back to this. Listen, bro, I swear, if I could go, y'all ever seen that? I keep talking about that doggone Bernie Mac meme where he's slapping everybody as he walking through. I don't want to go through and slap coaches, dog. We're on the 2-yard line. They load in the offensive line, right? You got to get under center, dog. You have to practice that. You're going to be in those situations, 4th and inches, 4th and 1, on the backed up on the goal line. You got a 6'4", 200-some-pound kid pushing thing forward. Get off of the goal line. I mean, come on, guys. What are we like? If we run an inside zone again, split zone, they bring Mallory across to hit the end. Same inside zone, they get all the penetration behind Scaife.
Coach,
Jesus,
the same thing happened on Rooster. We on the half-inch line. Why are we? Fortunately, he scored, but that could have been ugly. That could have gone the wrong way. So we have to put that in our repertoire. He's a big guy. Get down, and you get 2 shots from the half-inch line with a big quarterback. We good to go.
And you lose no yardage. If you don't get in, you lose no yardage, or you at the same place, or you gain a couple of inches. Balin, talk to us. I'm gonna open up the phone lines here. I want the people to have a voice tonight.
All right, well, let's cover a couple things here. When you are on the 2-yard line, again, I think that was a very selfish play by the DB. I understand that you made a great play. You are a freshman. You are now considered an All-American. You're doing all this, that, you getting all these accolades to make a heck of a catch, an interception. But first of all, if you go back on that play, he was beat. He was still in the hash. And guess what? That's a great throw football. He's walking in the end zone. Let me mind you, he's walking in the end zone. So it overshadows because he made the great, spectacular play. But at the end of the day, they should have scored on that play. That's number one. Number two, if you watch when they ran the ball in that inside zone when Will Mallory came across on the 2-yard line, if Knighton follows that block, he creases. But what does he do? He stays on the outside. He doesn't cut back, and then he tries to bounce it, which is why he was in the end zone. And that's actually, I think, experience or whatever you want to call it. But if he cuts that thing back and falls behind Will Mallory when he kicked out the end, he possibly creases because everybody loaded up to the other side. But again,
I'm sorry to cut you off. That's not the play design. What Mallory does is that's what they call split zone. You know that everybody's zoning to the right. That's where the zone is cut. Mallory is just there to influence the running backs. He's there to split zone to influence the running back. It's all it is inside zone. But when they put Mallory in there to influence those guys, but the read is there, it's not going to cut back behind Mallory. It's not going to go that far back. And I think his mind was get out of the end zone. You understand? But that's what I'm saying. It's too much thinking when you're that far back there. You don't have time to dance. You got to go straight ahead. What happened to the old school 10 wedge? Y'all remember that? Everybody go foot to foot. Everybody go foot to foot, right? You got 5 offensive linemen. That's over probably
let's be honest.
1,200 pounds. That's 1,200 pounds of man, right? I guess I'm supposed to say pause right there. And everybody wedge forward, and you get 3-4 yards. Well, what happened to that play?
Any good coaching is going to do that play. You see it everywhere, all levels, whether that's high school, college, pros. When you're on the half-inch yard line, you do a quarterback sneak. And you have to get out of the end zone. You're not going to line up 5 yards in shotgun and try to hand the ball off when everybody's penetrating, which is why we got away with the pass because, again, they loaded the box. They we're going to do another inside zone because that's Miami football, and we made a heck of a play. That was a great play call. We should have done that on first down, but did a quarterback sneak. But going back to our defense. So going back to our defense, because I see a lot of people saying, 500-some yards is atrocious. You're dang right, it's atrocious. But guess what? Pittsburgh kind of does the same thing we do with the RPO. They make it very simple. They go based on linebacker reads. We're playing man the entire game. So what do? They capitalize it. They make great plays. So there's going to be big plays out there, especially when you play man. It's going to happen. And guess what? If you look at the season, Pittsburgh's been throwing 400 yards every single game this year. There's not been a game that they've thrown under 300 yards, let alone 400 total offense every game. And that was also including Clemson, who we all talk about Clemson's defense. But yet again, they still threw up over 350 yards on that defense. And so at the end of the day, Pittsburgh is who they are. We were projected to lose this game by double digits. Even the line for Vegas was 9. So, of course, we knew coming into this game, Pittsburgh was very explosive offensively. And yet we went – and what we really should be focusing on is how we went toe-to-toe with these guys on our offense and showing that now our offensive productivity has definitely raised the bar because like I told Coach Hayes at halftime, we're now scoring consistently at least 30 points. We're averaging under 20 coming into this football game if you add all of our games together. And now we're 30, 31, 28, 44. You're now today 38. Like, guys, we're scoring points. We're matching. If our defense finally goes back to old school football and actually, again, we're young. But if we go back to how we used to play, guys, we're blowing teams out 38-10, 38-17. So I wouldn't so much focus solely on, it's atrocious to give up 500 guys. When's the last time Miami's really even stopped anybody offensively or defensively? At the end of the day, we're finding ways to win. And going back to your point about Coach Manny Diaz, it was after the Virginia game when he said, guys, we almost did something special there. And we're like, oh, it's Virginia. We almost came back against Virginia. Guys, what do great football teams do? They find a way to win. And this is now we're starting to see. Remember in 2017 when everybody was like all hype on Miami, we got to number 2 in the country. If you guys noticed in that year, we were playing subpar opponents and we were barely winning those games. But guess what they're doing? They're finding ways to win the game. And that's why they were very impressive. And we can forget about the close Syracuse game or the close Virginia game when we're down 21 or the NC State game on the road and we win. Guys, we're finding ways to win. We finally, like you said, that one player too. Will Mallory was almost the hero again and then we forget about it because he freaking fumbled the ball. But if he gets that first down, like B12 says, and lowers his helmet and he gets up and celebrates or whatever, and then first down, whatever, he becomes the hero 2 games in a row against probably arguably our 2 hardest opponents on the schedule after Alabama. If you think about it, and guys, if you look at our schedule, Pittsburgh, NC State game were automatic written off losses because of how we were playing this game. And we came away in victory formation against both those programs, ranked in the top 20, and shocked the entire world. I would love to see what they're talking about on ACC Network and ESPN right now, and I cannot wait to see the after show. But guys, listen to me. This is how bad it is. When Mark Richt gives his prediction before the game on ACC Network, sorry, Coach, I'm going on a rant, but I'm excited. When Mark Richt says that Pittsburgh's going to win a football game, that's when you know it's bad, and we shut that whole thing down. And now I cannot wait to say what they're going to say about the Hurricanes coming up now. Because guess what, guys? We can win out the rest of the season, and we had to win today to even have a shot at the Coastal, and it just happened.
All right. With all that being said, the show is over. Thank you very much. Pull the plug. Jesus.
Callers, baby. Callers. Come on, callers.
It's all good. Yeah, we're going to open up the phone lines right now. Guys, I know it's going to be jumping. I already see people calling in. I didn't even put the phone number up. But I do want to say this. Michael Collins says, we lost to Alabama. Oh, I'm sorry. That's another comment he wrote. It was he said something about we won the game. Say something nice for once. We have said, look at this. There it is. I didn't even open up the phone lines yet. I don't know. Can y'all hear that ringing?
See, that's what I was trying to talk to you guys about last time. It's how we're barely losing games against good opponents. And now everybody's saying, this is what's happening. Come on.
Caller, give me a second. Listen, real quick, man. But anyway, he was saying say something nice. We were. And we have said things nice. But again, as fans, we should talk about the things that we saw that were obvious, because here's what I always say. The next opponent is going to take advantage of those things. And that's just part of the game, man. So I appreciate you. Caller, we got to call. The phone lines are open. I don't even have the phone line open because this man right here apparently got me on his auto dial. So 901 area code, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
It's Slim Shady out of Memphis again, Coach.
Slim Shady, you got me on speed dial, man. What I'm number 1 on your speed dial?
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. Talk to us, man. What's going on with you?
Well, first of all, I'm glad to hear Balin say something I've been saying since the off season. Everybody knows I said it because I matriculate around a bunch of these shows. I said during the spring game, Tyler Van Dyke's going to be that guy. Now, I'll admit part of it is because I prefer pocket passers to dual threat quarterbacks. But I've said since then, Tyler Van Dyke's going to be something special as soon as he gets his shot. I've been on this offensive line for 3 years. I have to give them credit. They are playing some of the best football I've seen them play in 3 years.
I agree. I say this. They're playing the best second half. The past 2 games have been the best I've seen, because the first part of the season, I don't agree with Slim Shady, but go ahead.
Well, they are improving.
Okay.
Now, I'll say this to your point on the defense. You see it a lot more than I do. I'm a fan. I played in high school like most people. I'm not a coach. So I try and look at the bird's eye view, the overall picture. This defense isn't as good as it's been. No. Everybody can obviously see that. But this defense has carried this team for 5 years. So if this defense isn't as good as it's been, I can give them a little bit of slack because they built up that credibility in my book.
Okay. I mean, if you want to give them a little slack, I always say it's a team effort, but, I still think they need to step up. I still think that we didn't gang tackle well this game. I think we had a lot of people to the ball, but not at the ball. But I have to say this in kind of rebuttal of that is, I don't think what I think is a lot of the defensive players are scared to get in there because they're getting these penalties. They're getting these calls. You understand what I'm saying? They're getting these. They're getting these calls. I mean, they're getting these things. So that's what I think is a real issue right there, man. But V12, I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna make a phone call to a very important person. Go for it.
Hey, that's the real Slim Shady. No, I can understand your point, but we also have to defense has to be accountable for the points and for also the yards given up. The crazy thing is we knew earlier, even I said it earlier in the pregame show that they're going to give up some yards, but I really wasn't expecting this amount of yards and this amount of points. But I jokingly said it'll be a 40, 44, 43 game. But that's just to kind of tell you that our defense, I mean, even over the past 3 or 4 years, hasn't really been that good. And I knew that Pickett was a really good quarterback, and he was going to throw the ball down the field. It was an air show today. If you took a look at the offensive, the passing yard versus the defensive yard, the running game, it was only about like 70 yards for Miami, about 63 yards for Pitt. So it was a particularly pass-heavy game. It was an air show, and we just happened to come out on top. The defense, like Balin said and Coach said, they stepped up when they had to, but this wasn't a great performance by the defense. But again, they kept us in the game, and they made some really big plays, and we snuck it out today.
Yeah, definitely, man. Slim Shady, I appreciate you, man. We got a lot of calls coming in, so I definitely want to get you on. But thank you for always being one of the first ones to call, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, Coach. I appreciate y'all.
Anytime. All right, finna make me a call here right quick. I got to make a call to a very special person. But first, Dontavius Thomas, appreciate you for the $5 O-line better because of our C is making the right protection call, being in the center, making the right protection call. That's a huge difference. Now, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. That person that called in, I'm got to make this first call first, man. I don't know what happened. I dropped it. Let me make the phone call right here to this very special Hurricane fan right here. I'm calling them right now live. You're going to hear it live right now. I'm going to give you a love, Dontavius, as soon as we get this call.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's going on, my man? This is Alex Tabio himself, the sponsor of our show. What's up, baby?
How you guys doing?
I'm good.
How you guys doing? How you doing?
Hey, Alex, nice to finally meet you, man. I heard a lot about you, man. They say you got the greatest loans, everything available. So hey, this V12, man, pleasure.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, V12. We're here to help you. We're here to teach you.
I appreciate that.
Did we lose him?
We're here to teach. No, I'm here.
Okay.
We're here to help everyone. Everyone is interested. Please give us a call at 305-205-1697. Gentlemen, I am a true fan. I love the team. I love the kids. And Coach Hayes will tell you. And the idea here is just let them play together. Let's some of the guys try to tear them down. Let's just play together. Let's see what we could do. I think we have something cooking now. The young guys really believing. Some of the older guys are stepping up. I think we're going to be fine.
No, I think we're going to be great. I think we'll be fine too, right? But let's talk about the elephant. I'm going to ask you this. I didn't want to open it yet, but now the phone lines are open. I guess I might as well. Let me say this quickly, man. Alex, we got 419 people in the chat right now. We need at least 14. Okay. 14. We need at least 412 now. At least 400 likes on this thing. We're trying to get to 2,000. 20,000. Sorry, the cane juice is heavy right now. Trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by 2022. So we got that many people in the chat right now watching. I'm going to ask you, Alex.
Absolutely.
As a sponsor, sure. And you might have to be careful how you say this, depending on how this thing goes. We're playing well. Right. We seem like we got young kids. We had in those guys. How does that carry? How does this carry for Manny Diaz in the future?
I think they're going to give him another opportunity. I think they're not going to fire him. I believe they give him one more year. He's had a lot of major injuries. He had his first string quarterback. He had his first string running back, second string running back. He's had offensive lineman hurt, defensive lineman hurt. He had a safety hurt. You know, a lot of other schools, that would be, man, what a bad year.
Okay, I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear. Go ahead. You're going to say something.
But here's my retort to that, Alex. Now, is that not the silver lining that may save his job, that these people got hurt? Because if they don't get hurt, we're in the same situation. Maybe the same quarterback.
Yes, we are.
Same running back.
Absolutely.
Same safety. So there may be a silver lining. Everybody wanted the youth movement. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure yet to say he stays on this year. But if we continue on the streak and get to the ACC, I think the chances are higher that he stays on another year because people are going to start to believe again and buy in. And I agree with you. This youth movement, they got a lot of moxie. They have a lot. They call it sauce. And these young players are playing together, and they seem like they want to be good.
They play with a lot of heart.
They play a lot of heart. I agree with that. So
they play with a lot of heart. They play with a lot.
I'm not willing to say that they're going to save him yet, but if he keeps winning out, I think he gets another shot.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that as well. I'm gonna say this real quick. Y'all been hard on Zach McCloud. I said y'all leave Zach McCloud alone, and Zach McCloud got the first sack of the thing today. Got him another one today. My man was out there playing, so y'all leave 53 alone. Oh, Alex done love me, man. But anyway, I guess his phone hung up. Anyway, phone line back open. You guys more than welcome. Check us out. Give us some calls. I see Brother Jay Blaze calling in. He gonna load it up. I don't know what happened to Bailey. I guess he mad because I won the doggone what you call it, man. I won the predictions, man. 30, I picked 37-34, and the score was 38-34.
Oh, you were that close? Wow, wow.
I picked 37-34, right? And V12, look at that. I got it right there. Look at that V12. Look at that, V12.
Okay.
Oh, get to me.
I wanted them 2 touchdowns to go into OT. I was trying to get that double, that triple on you.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, Lord, this is going to be all bad. Let's go. Hey, phone lines open, man. Y'all need to jump this thing on. Let's go. Come on, hit it up. I know Brother Jay Blaze got something to say. But anyway, somebody else said, let me see here. There you go, Brother Jay Blaze. I know Brother Jay Blaze in the building. Give me 1 second, Brother Jay. James Wolfer says, Coach Hayes, did Lashley know what he had in TVD before the season? When you also play Jake to see what he's got? Well, I know Jake is hurt right now. I don't know the extent of his injury. I know he was in a boot. I don't know. I do want to say this. Hold on, caller. Blaze, this you?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, hold on 1 second. I want to say this too, guys. We talk about a lot of these young guys playing, and I know y'all gonna be like, nah, coach. But let's be careful with some of the young guys, and let me explain what I mean. Sometimes we can get so greedy, we can end up what we call burning these kids' red shirts. They get 4 games this year. That's something not this year. I think they started it a year or maybe 2 years ago, where guys can come in and play 4 games and not be counted towards and still red shirt. Once they play into that 5th game, I don't care if it's 1 play, 20 plays, or 30 plays. Once they play that 5th game, they have now lost a year of eligibility. So we have to also be careful about the game management for some of these younger guys, because you start burning them out too fast. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, I know we want Thad Franklin to play. I'm not saying he shouldn't play. But if we're getting it done with a Jalen Knight and a Cody Brown, what's wrong with a Thad taking another year and not losing a year of eligibility? Understand what I'm saying, right? Without losing a year, we have to be careful with managing these young men's games and not burning their red shirts out. You know, I saw Brashard Smith get in there again for 1 play. 1 play. So now if he does, I think that tonight was his 4th game. So that makes 4. If he gets 5, he's already burnt his year. He's played a total of what? No more than 15 plays total on the season. So we have to be careful what we ask for in that essence. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. I know a lot of people are calling for a lot of these younger players, but we got to be careful. Do we really need to burn their shirts if we don't have to, if that makes sense? Brother Jay Blaze in the building. I know you're happy about the win. That I know, because you're the most positive dude I know. But talk to us, man. I think you got some reservations.
Yeah, I got reservations, but I'm happy for the win. I always tell people I take the win over anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, consistent winning is what I want to see. I love my Hurricanes, but I also know that with a proper coach, our players will play much, much better. We living off the talent of freshmen right now. That's what we living on. They're not getting coach. What I mean by that is it's the little things that matter. And right now, the little things is not showing. We winning, but we not winning convincingly. The defense is getting scored on, but we winning. But it's okay. Like I said, winning is winning to me. I'd rather take the win over anything. My reservations is this. We 4-4. We even right now. We a lot again. We act like we only got one loss or no losses or something. We already got 4 losses in the season. Any more losses, then we done. I mean, it's not my hopes and aspirations every single season is national championship. That's my hopes and aspirations. If I take my team right now, which is our team, the Miami Hurricanes, and put it with a prominent team, say we play Bama again, or say we play Oklahoma again, or say we play one of these top 5 schools. We haven't beaten a top 5 school yet. We talking about Pitt. We talking about NC State. But we every time we win so high. You know, when we win, we so high, but when we lose, we so low. We need to focus on our problems. You know what I'm saying? And really, because it's a deeper problem. You know what I'm saying? That some people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
All they see right now is what's in front of them, but they don't see the entire picture. That's what I'm saying. But I'm happy. Again, I ain't gonna talk too much. I'm happy for the win. I said the score was gonna be 31-27 Pitt. But if you look at the way the game is, did we conventionally beat Pitt, or did Pitt actually beat themselves?
I'm gonna say it was a tale of 2 cities. I think first half we convincingly beat them, and in the second half they came back and we counterpunched. See, we came out and we were the aggressor. Second half,
right?
They punched, we punched back. They punched, we punched back. So it was kind of a 2-sided coin in that sense. I'm gonna say this. Y'all gonna say Vito. Go ahead, get your response on.
So Blaze, I understand what you're saying, but I think at one point in the season, of course, we want everything to be convincing because that's what we used to. That's the Hurricane way. But there was a point in the season we were at the lowest of lows. So for me, I'm okay with the progression, right? So now we're winning. It may not be convincing, but now we're getting the W's on the board. And winning does a lot for a lot of people. It does a lot for the football team, does a lot for the fan base, does a lot for the coaches. So I do agree with you. We're not winning the way how I would prefer us to win, but we are getting the victories. And as long as we're getting better, I think those types of victories starts to be more dominant, and we get back to the people who we were back in the past. But it's gonna start. It's almost like it's almost like when you go in there and you're really, really hungry, sometimes you got the peanut butter, then there's no jelly. So then we had the defense, no jelly with the offense. Now we got the offense pretty much cracking, no peanut butter. Defense not there. We got to be able to make that sandwich. You can tell I was a fat kid back in the day. I ain't fat shit. I'm just saying I was a big chubby kid. You know what I mean? And I was on free lunch. You know what I mean? Shout out Carol. Shout out Brentwood. And so, you know, I just want to make sure that we get it. We put the sandwich together, but it's going to take time. And, you know, I felt that we were going to run away with this game in the beginning. Then the old Canes kind of creep back in. So I'm with you, bro. I mean, I know we want to dominate all the time, but let's go take these baby steps and let's see what happens.
I love it. Jay Blaze, you reading the comments. I ain't got to put them up there. Hey, them boys ripping you right now, cuz.
Listen. We on a 3-game winning streak. We want the 3-game winning streak by 2 points, by 1 point, by 4 points. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you got a dog and you know all the big dogs over here, but you know I can take my dog and bite the little dogs all day. But as soon as I put him over here with this big dog, that big dog is going to tear my dog up. That's how I feel. Right now, I feel, and the only way we're going to get to that next level in coaching is get another coach. I still don't have confidence in Manny Diaz as a head coach. We getting by, but I still don't have confidence. No way, no how.
It's torn, dog. I'm telling you, it's gonna be torn because I have to just say this. I've seen this. I've been around it. I know from an administrative standpoint, it is gonna be hard to fire a guy, right? I know what you're talking about, the deficits, right? The win deficit. I know that. I know, but hear me out. I totally get it. Even if we win out, right? We'll be 7-4,
No
right?
way.
Or 6 and right. But I'm just saying, what I'm just trying to say is it's gonna be hard. I'm just saying it's gonna be hard to fire a guy I'm talking about if he wins this thing out. I don't care if it's by a point, 2 points, 1 point. From an administrative standpoint, and especially if Blake James is going to remain the AD. I'm just telling you, 8-4. I'm sorry, I said 7-4, but 8-4.
If you're looking at this year, that's what you're looking at. But if you're looking at the entire 3 years,
The totality, sure. I get it, man. So appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, Jay Blade.
You got to look at the bigger picture.
Of course.
Everybody looking at this year. You know what I'm saying? And we even 4-4.
I agree.
We won just as much as we lost. So I'm saying I understand we 3-game winning streak, but it's not convincingly. It's not a reassuring. It's not that. But like I say, I take the win. I'm not going to press it.
I'm with you. All right, brother Jay Blade, as always, man. You know you're the more positive dude I know, but you got your rights and you got your feeling, man. Appreciate you, man. Love you too, man. Hey, man, we're praying for your family too, bro.
I appreciate it.
All day. All right, now. All right, y'all put prayers up for Brother Jay Blaze, man. He got a right for his own opinion. Brother Jay Blaze has some family things, so y'all put prayers up for him, man. He always
you're a Kane fan, and like I said, I don't think he falls base. I mean, we're accustomed to dominance, you know, and we're not getting that. But we got to balance that though right now, because a couple weeks ago, and listen, we were looking like you, coach. We thought that thing was dead, coach. That thing was on what they call it the ventilator. We were on the ventilator a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? And now we guess what? We still on the breathing machine, but guess what? We breathing on our own. So I can put it that way. You know what I'm talking about? We kind of breathing on our own.
Nah, you 100% right, man. We got a caller calling in. Give me 1 second. 239 area code. But I do want to say this. Hold on, man. This thing will keep me. Okay, here we go. A 239 area code. V, you on mute.
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all fellas doing?
I'm good, man. Talk to him, man. 239 area code. Where's that?
That's Naples, but I'm in West Palm Beach.
All right, so talk to us, man. You a fan of the Canes?
I'm a fan of the show. I tune in every week, man. Coach Hayes, V12, my man.
I appreciate it.
I just wanted to comment on the win briefly. Great win, back-to-back ranked wins. I'm not going to be too hard on the differential of the winning because we got a backup quarterback, we got a backup running back, backup safety. We got a lot of backups, fresh kids in there. So I'm just proud. I love the way James Williams played, even though he took the helmet off, coach. I know you wasn't feeling that, but
no, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm starting to interrupt you, and I'm gonna tell you why. I understand the swag. I get it, but bro, it is a different game. It is not. What I'm saying is, you don't give warnings anymore. They throwing flags, and so, but look how detrimental that could have been. Right. And so you got to teach. So no, I'm not it was a me moment. It wasn't a team moment. I tell people, don't be a GDI. And what's a GDI stand for? Goddamn individual. You playing a team sport. If you want to be a GDI, go get a tennis racket, go get a bowling ball, go play individual sport. Because what happens is what he did put entire sideline in jeopardy, right, of losing that game. If you really think about it, we get stopped for 2 points. We got to kick the ball to them. They move the ball, right, which they have been doing all day in field goal range. They kick the ball, 3 minutes left in the game. They win this game by a point just because I want to take my helmet off and say, look at me.
Right.
So I'm sorry not to cut you off. I just want to say how important that was. Yeah.
But to make my last statement on him, I see reminiscence of Brandon Merriweather, intro, like he gave me that vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see how he's going to pick up the next 2-3 years and see if he could be the leader of the defense, because I don't really think Bubba was. So that's just my take, coach. Love what y'all doing, and thanks for taking my call.
Anytime, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for watching us, man. Thank you for watching us. V12, you got anything to say in regards to that?
Yeah, hey, listen, coach. Let me tell you something. That's why that's why you love me. I take a little brashness. I'll take the 15-yarder because guess what? That's what we missing sometimes. Now, because I'm not gonna put it on him to why we almost got a safety. That's on the offensive coach. Now I do get what you're saying, but we need that sometimes. Like he made a great play
Keyword, hold on. Keyword, not to cut you off. Sometimes, not at that time.
Yeah, but
if we was on the 50, I'm all for it. What I'm trying to say is I'm with you. I like the spunkiness. I like the swag. I like to look at me, right? I like it. But what I'm saying is you got to know how detrimental this stuff is right now. That's all I'm saying. I love it. My thing is go to your sideline. That's it. The rules don't change. Ain't no more. Remember when Andre Johnson scored, he took his helmet off and they gave, hey man, put your helmet. Them days done. They throwing the flag right now. Santana Moss, he run it back, throw it, take his helmet off. Hester, take your helmet off. Nah, boy, ain't no more of that. So we got a call on the line, I believe. But go ahead, V2. I'm sorry. I had to get you. I'm a dog.
I'm just like, look, I mean, but I do see shades of those big time safeties, Merriweather. But he gonna have to get a little. I mean, Williams. I think he gonna be that guy on defense. We got to work on his cover skills a little bit. That center fieldness, but I think he's gonna be fine. But that comes in time. But that's the big boy, man. And when he hits you, you're going down. And the tackling was a little better than it was in the past.
Very much so.
Down, but I mean, I think they're getting better from that standpoint. Go ahead, Cola.
I think it was better individual tackling, but I think we still have to gang tackle like we did North Carolina State. And that's back to what I was saying. I'm going to get to you 1 second, Caller. That's what I was saying about the black uniforms. It wasn't the uniforms that made a tackle better. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the color and the contrast to the field, you saw all those black jerseys on top of a dude. And if you don't really know what you're watching, you won't hardly see it with those color schemes. So that's what I'm saying. We got to do better gang tackling cats, man. We make great open field tackles, but ain't no like 6 or 7 dudes getting on to somebody. All right, we got to call a 239 area code. Talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Yo, coach, I'm online.
Yeah, you online. You live.
You can hear me? All right. Yeah, man, my name Marlo. I'm calling out of Fort Myers, Florida.
All right, Marlo.
Yeah, I just want to talk about our coach, man. I feel our coaching situation. I feel like if we ain't getting a seasoned head coach, we might as well keep Manning. You know, there ain't no sense of trying to start over and rebuild with just a mediocre coach or someone Manning caliber. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should just keep them in. If the players they playing for them, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. And right, so here's the deal. I say the same thing. I say that if we're not going to turn up the heat, open up the checkbook, pull out all the stops for one of these top guys, I'm changing my tune. I have to be honest with you. I'm changing my tune. I said Manny has to go. But here's what I've come to realize. The old saying, man, I'm changing my tune. I'm the first one to admit it. Y'all can get on me if you want to. I was saying he had to go. But here's what I've come to realize. Like you say, the players are playing for him. But not only that, if we're going to go out there and get another guy that is equivalent to him, then why get him? As the old saying is, the devil you know is better than the devil that you don't know, because you know at least what you're going to get, And so I agree with you on that sense, Marlo, that if we're not going to crack the book and get the top, and there's still no guarantee now, just because you get that, because think about it. We've got top coaches that have been top coaches. They go to other schools and tank out. So just because he's a top coach at one place don't mean he's going to be the better one here. But what I'm saying is we do our due diligence from the administrative side, check out who it is we're supposed to get, and we go that route, I'm okay with it. If not, then stick with Manny Diaz.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
V12.
I changed my mind. Also.
Yeah, V12, anything you want to say about it?
Yeah. I'm not on the train yet to keep him. I do understand the thought process behind keeping him, but I think we have to, while we have the momentum with these players, bring in a coach that is a lot better, who's a player's coach as well, and who has a lot more experience, and let's go from there. But you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to let him go and then bring in a subpar coach. I don't think that's going to work. But I'm still leaning towards letting him go at the end of the season.
Me too.
What happened?
Yeah, depending on what happened. Again, it's not my control. If it's under my control, I would say that. But again, based on what what we're going to see and all of that stuff, I can't say that either. Caller, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We got to call it. The phone line's jumping, man. We're going to rock and roll, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Coach. I watch you every week. Keep doing your thing.
I appreciate it, man. Go Canes, man. All right. So Muhammad Hussein says 199. Appreciate it. Remember, I said, man, we'll be back next year. You did say that in the pregame show. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for that. Also, let's go. Let's get these phone lines jumping, man. Let's get these things rolling. We're about an hour and 5 minutes. We got a couple more minutes left in this deal. We're gonna get it going. Hurricane Millie said Ed Ogeron won a natty 2 years ago and he got fired. Ain't no way I'm keeping Manny for winning out. Hey, Hurricane Millie, you know I love you, man, because you keep it 100, as they always say. They keep it 100, man. Carla, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from, 786 area code.
Magic City Kane, baby.
Magic City Kane, talk to us, man. What's up with you?
What's happening, man? Listen, bro. All I got to say is a wonderful game, wonderful win. I want Manny gone. And I want Will Mallory off the line blocking because he's going to get TVD killed. And that's all I got to say. I appreciate y'all, brother. Y'all talk to me.
Anytime, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
For sure. Absolutely.
All right. Manny Diaz, man. Hey, I mean Mallory. Say Mallory, go get my man killed out there, man. I feel him. Keith Chamberlain says at V12. What about Manny giving up the DC position to do it to a better DC? Do we keep Manny?
Okay.
That,
okay. Listen, let me tell you one thing you find out, and coach is the guru on this. We tried that. Hey, okay, good point. But let me tell you what the caveat is going to have to be. It's going to have to be a DC who is not connected to Manny in any way, independent of him, right? So now it's a person who he can influence or who he can run over. And if that's the case, if they want to go for an independent search for a good DC, that's something I'm willing to consider. Let him focus on what he needs to focus, bringing somebody independent of Manny and who is a brilliant defensive mind, like the brother who was out of Cincinnati, going to Notre Dame.
I forgot his name.
Of that caliber. Not saying that, you know what I mean. That's something I would consider because he can't do both. We don't want anybody connected to Manny. We want somebody outside of Manny's tree. You know what I mean? Who has some defensive skills and experience. So that's a possibility.
Well, you got one right here. Say let T. Rob run it. Here you go, V12. I agree with that. Let's go. We got the phone lines open. I'm waiting for y'all to go ahead and hit this thing up. Slim Shady Kane in the building. Slim Shady Kane with the Buccaneer. Hold on, what's all that Buccaneer thing, man? But I'm gonna let you slide, man. You're supposed to be a Dolph fan, if you understand. But I appreciate the $20. He said the loudest part of the fan base wanted Manny, and if you want him, you got to give him the time to learn to be a head coach. These comparisons to Saban and Mac Brown are fugazi. Oh, Slim Shady Kane hit him with the hey.
Fugazi, baby.
Slim Shady Kane hit him with the fugazi up in the. They have been. Can I be honest with y'all? This first time I've ever seen the word fugazi written down. So you got to give me a shout out for even knowing what that said. So we didn't use fugazi a lot of time in life, but I did not know that's what it meant. But anyway, fugazi, they have been HC for 30 years, Manny not even 3. I can understand making those comparisons and those being not fair comparison. I totally can understand that, man. But real quick, let me give you a love for that dub right there, and I'll get to the caller right after this. Hold on. All right, we got a call in the building. He said fugazi. I love it, Slim Shady. Talk to us, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Miss Wilcox.
Hi, Miss Wilcox. How you doing?
Hello, Miss Wilcox.
I'm doing fine. But I just didn't like the second half. We should have scored the second half. Manny's problem was that he got to rotate. You got too much talent sitting there. And you got the NFL at the same time, won them in 2 years. Miami just not started it. This has been going on for years. They ought to pick up the crowd. They're going to go in every year by 5 or 6 or 10. You can't stop that because you're breadwinning. When you breadwin in college, they're going to always come and get them.
I love it. Hey, Mr. Wilcox always dropping them knowledge in the building. I understand. I understand exactly where you're coming from. So you saying we got the NFL? Hold on. So you saying we got the NFL sitting on our sideline already?
You always had them. You never stop. You was the beginning and end of every era. Alabama might beat, but they can't never do what Miami done. You done 17. You done 10. He won't leave till he do 10 in the NFL. I already told you that.
Okay.
So the kids right there at Miami, no matter, they just got to do 2 years. They already waiting some helmet, some locker room already moved them. They was bred and born that way. You can't stop where God had on earth because you have an angel that died named Sean Taylor. So the birth of him is the birth of his kings. The man is earthbound. He's not dead. He's earthbound.
I love it.
You don't get no greater than that.
Ms. Wilcox, you always a wealth of knowledge. You know, I appreciate you calling. We got these phone lines jumping. So as always, it's Go Canes, and thank you for your knowledge and your calls as always.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Have a good one.
Ms. Wilcox dropping the knowledge in the building.
She's correct. And guess what? They said it in the chat right now. If TBD keep playing the way he do, he ain't staying 4 years. He gone. So it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Especially from the U. I mean, that's NFL U right there. So, you know, but my only thing about that, and I respect her opinion, other programs, kids leave as well, and they still competitive. So how do we explain that? You know what I mean? Alabama, Derrick Henry 2-1 done. Ruggs, all those guys, they're not staying long, and they able to still.
Well, it's the depth. It's the depth,
that's
right?
That's what I mean. The depth. So we got to have that too in our winning program. We got to have the depth behind these young men who are gonna leave in 2 years. Or maybe or 3 years, depending on what's going on. They're not gonna stay to 4-4, and we got to have that. And we used to have that, and then you know it went by the wayside. So,
well, I'm gonna say this. I've always said this. Hold on, caller, give me 1 second. I've always said this. COVID, as bad as it was a blessing for the Hurricanes. It kept our guys in the stable. We could load them up, and that's where we are right now, barring injury. I mean, think about it. Just think about our running back room. Just think about our running back room, from Cam Harris, Don Chaney, Jalen Knighton, Thad Franklin, Cody Brown. Now, I'm not saying they listen to me carefully. I'm not making a comparison to these guys, but I'm talking about the depth. Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Tyrone Moore. I'm not saying they're any of those guys, but I'm just talking about that's how it started, where you had a depth with some very good guys, right? And some top running backs, at least coming out of high school. We didn't know what they were going to be until they got a chance on the field. Real quick call, let me read this. Trucking with Trey, $4.99. I appreciate you, Trey, for that. Says, wide number 34, Ragone, getting snaps over 41, Chase Smith, 6 Brooks, and 9 Huff. That's huge right there, but I'm going to just say this boy, Trey, I can't answer why that is, but Lord, he made a great tackle on that thing right there. So that's all I'm going to say about Ragone. He made an excellent tackle, dog. Thumbs up to him. That's all I can say. So I appreciate that $4.99, man. Appreciate it a lot. 561 area code. I think that's in the West Palm Beach area. Talk to us. Give us your name and where you calling from.
Yeah. My name is Brian, and I just want to say a nice win. But my question is, why doesn't Manny Diaz show any emotion when we mess up on defense?
I don't know, man. Some coaches are different, bro. Like there's some coaches that are, don't have a lot of emotion. There's some coaches that try to play a role where they're emotionless, where they don't want to seem like they're upset with players. I can't answer that because I'm not him. I haven't talked to him or anything like that, but I'm just trying to give you some answers for why people do certain things they do. So like I said, for example, he may not show emotion which I don't like, because football is an emotional game, right? Right. I've always told players that if I'm coaching you in the same tone I'm talking to you with right now, I mean, I done checked out. If I'm coaching you, now some players you got to talk to like this, right? All right, buddy, look, this is what you got to do, blah, blah, blah. But you have to know your players. But I'm talking about overall as a coach. Hey guys, great win today, man. It was excellent win today, man, blah, blah, blah. I had more emotion than that when I came in doing my CANES at the beginning. So it's an emotional game. So why he doesn't do that, I don't know. He had way more emotion when he was the defensive coordinator now. I have to say that.
Yep.
But what he does now, again, there's people who They got handlers too, right? Hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. You want to have this certain persona, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all that kind of stuff. So that's the best answer I can give from a coaching perspective.
All right.
All right. Appreciate you, Brian, man, for calling in. Thank you as always, man.
All right.
Thanks a lot, man. Anyway, real quick, V12, you got anything to say about this comment we got up here, Trucking with Trey 499?
Yeah, not necessarily. I'm not as familiar with 34, not at all.
Exactly. I think that's his point.
That's his
Like,
point.
we know who he is.
Yeah. But I thought they said Brooks was supposedly hurt, but is he back now? I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the injury report with him.
I guess so. It says Brooks is not dressing. He was red shirt. The injury is not healing. So maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a call coming in right now. Just 1 second. Caller, give me 1 second. So yeah, maybe that is the case. V12. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the case.
I don't know what happened to that caller. Maybe it's coming in. All right, caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Martin. I'm calling from Africa. How are you guys doing?
Oh,
hold on. Your name is what again?
Martin. You guys say Martin. You say Martin. You don't pronounce the T in America.
Oh,
listen, I just want to congratulate the Hurricanes, and I know that you guys are not really high on Manny, but you know what? I think let's give the gentleman, some congratulations.
Definitely, we'll give him a congratulations. Yes, you know what I mean. But it's like anything else. You got to look at things in its totality. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, we've got a once-in-a-generation quarterback. The last time I saw a quarterback like this was when I was living in North America, and there was one Troy Aikman playing at UCLA in 1987. So that's all I have to say, gentlemen. Great show as usual.
Hold on, man. Don't hang up because I'm super interested, man. What part of Africa are you in right now?
South.
Botswana. If your wife is wearing an expensive diamond ring, it probably comes from what used to be a farm that used to be next to my granddad. So, because that's where we've got the best diamonds in the world.
Botswana. All right, I love it, man. Well, thank you again. I'm just interested. What time of day is it over there, man? Where you are right now?
What type of?
What time of day? What time is it?
It's almost 11 p.m. at night.
All right, so good, man. It's 6 p.m. 5 p.m. here on the East Coast, right? So in Orlando. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Hey, we done made it international, V12.
That's huge.
One or two games.
I love it, man.
And Martin, that's huge, man. Thank you for calling, man. Put a smile on my face. Botswana.
All right, man. Appreciate it,
right.
Martin. He said we don't pronounce the T's over there, Martin.
Yeah.
All right, I love it, man. All right, man. I guess he got some diamonds over there. Coach need a diamond. I ain't even got no earrings, man. I need an
when you
earring.
roll around the city, bling bling.
Well, I might need I need to put some in my chunk. Know what I'm saying?
Ain't that's going to flee either.
Ain't no goal on the roll out the middle of the mall around here. You understand? But anyway, hopefully, man, we get another call. That was great, man. We done made it international. We some international players, man. $5 around here from Myrick to you. $5. He says, love the show. I appreciate it, Myrick. Thank you so much. 34 Ragon. He did. He came in for them 2 plays. I think he had 2 tackles, or at least one good solid tackle, man. And that was awesome right there, man. So he did his thing, man. Really appreciate it. Let's go. Open up the phone line before we wrap this deal up for the day. Also, breaking news. Michigan loses to Michigan State, and they were up the entire game. Yeah. Michigan State, the real deal now.
Hey, they are.
Michigan State, the real deal.
They playing well.
That Kenny Walker. Hey, and I ain't want to put my boy Balin out there. I ain't want to put him out there. We playing head-to-head right now in fantasy football. I ain't want to put his business out there. But I'm whooping this cat 118-67. I'm whooping this cat right now in the fantasy league right now. Y'all better jump on this fantasy league next year. I'm telling you, you're doing big things, man. We paying out $200 to the winner. We're giving a donation to the winner of $200 and a $50 donation to the runner-up in the championship. Call or talk to a 614 area code. That's Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, sir. I'm Ray Gordon, the Ice Cream Man. How you doing, Coach?
It's the Ice Cream Man. It's the Ice Cream Man. What's up with you?
Ain't nothing up.
Ray, let me get this.
I just want to let all the fans know that it's some old school Miami Hurricane fans up here in Ohio. I fly my flags on my car, on my house. My house divided. We got a Buckeye. My wife she a Buckeye. I call them Suckeyes, but we gonna stay on the case of the Miami Hurricanes. I just wanted to say that I've been a Hurricane fan ever since I was in the 9th grade in high school, and that was back when O.J. Anderson was running. I was in a marching band. I'm basically raised out of West Palm Beach, a little town there. I probably heard of Riviera Beach. My cousin is Devin Hester.
Oh yeah,
But, I just wanted to let
the next Hall of Famer.
So yes, sir, V12, yes, sir.
No, yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know, all the way up here in Buckeye country, man, I fly to you all day long. I got a little convertible. I fly my flags, and I'm a diehard Miami fan. I was a season ticket holder, but once the COVID hit, I'm not jumping on no planes, man, coming down to to the games. But other than that, I just wanted to say, great show, Coach. Great show, V12, man. I love you. Every time I watch the game, the first thing the game over, win or lose, I'm on YouTube. I got to see what Coach say. I got to see what V12 saying. So great job. I love y'all. I'm not going to hold you up, but, man, great job. I love the you. Have a great day.
Hey, Ray, let me tell you this, Ray. Coach, no, a lot of my, I went to school up in that Ohio area, and I had no issue with the Ohio State Buckeyes fan until that Phantom flag came out, and since then, since that championship game, I'm like you, Ray. I can't deal with them. You know what I mean? But hey, they ballers up there. Got to give them their credit what credit is due. O State, they credit, man. They do well. But hey, I'm glad you fly that U. I've represented up here in the DMV all day. And they look at me sometimes. It's you all day. And guess what? Here goes the line. I'm gonna let y'all know how it's gonna go for the Hall of Fame. Before we get off, we going Andre Johnson, we going Reggie Wayne, and we going Devin Hester. The next U Hall of Famers. Mark that.
I love it.
Bet that.
I love that. I love it, V12. We got a 305 caller in the building, but real quick, I want to say this about that 614 area code. That's that Columbus, Ohio. Been up there quite a few times. And let me tell y'all something about Columbus, Ohio. But
they get down now.
Hey, yeah, they get down. But they be having on that doggone red and silver, whatever they call that junk. I'm coming through there with that green and orange. Coach might come back with a black eye, but they're gonna be more than with black eyes than me. They're gonna change the name from Buckeye to Black Eyes. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't play around.
There you go. Shout out Bridget Woodfork too. Woodfork. Yep, that's the next one.
Them hands quicker than minute grits, boy. You understand? Anyway, we got a call on the line. Call or talk to a 305 area code. Give us your name, where you call it from. Call it. That boy must have put us on mute. I guess he got the ride. Anyway, Vince Wilfork, yeah.
That boy called from Cherry Bay.
Say call it from Cherry Bay. That boy was old school, man. Hold on, we got a call on the line 305. He called back. Caller, give us your name, where you calling from.
Hi, Coach. This is one of your loyal fans, Anthony.
Anthony, man, what's up with you? This is gonna be a good one, y'all. Put your seatbelt on.
Yeah, honestly, I was I right or was I right? The ball, this weather wasn't going to affect Tyler. I told you this when the preview was, when you were doing the preview yesterday. I'm like, his arm is not going to get affected by the cold weather and this rain, and I was proven right.
Man, you're 100% right. And listen, you said it earlier. You know, because again, you the guru out here. I said it, God. The weather wasn't. I don't even think the commentators even brought up the weather. I think they talked about it rained all day yesterday, but it was a beautiful day for football, man. So
Anthony, I told you you're gonna have on short sleeves and gun that thing, man. In the pregame show, I told you weather won't be an issue. He gonna have short sleeves on, and he gonna play well. That's what he did.
So Anthony, here we go, because I know we're gonna be a second, dog. I'm gonna let you probably be the last caller. Anthony, I know you got a great question and probably some great you boys are talking about, oh Lord. Anthony, I need you to come with the fire right now. You understand? Listen, I want some smoke. Give it to me.
Honestly,
Hold on.
if you-
Anthony. I need your hardest question right now, Anthony. And I don't know what blood type Manny
my
Diaz
hot take.
is.
We're going to go undefeated the rest of the season. We're not going to lose a game. We're not going to lose a game with Tyler as quarterback.
Okay, that's great. I need a hard question. Besides Manny Diaz blood type, I don't know that.
Yeah. And honestly, what was your guys in terms of evaluating the defense? What did you notice was the weakness? Not the rushing or in terms of scheme. What did you guys notice was the weakness on the defense?
I like to go first if you
Coach,
don't mind.
go ahead, Coach.
I think we are still what they call grab bagging or Rolodexing our plays. What does that mean? So in the coaching world, when they say grab bag, you like, hey, here, run that play. Here, run that play. I saw one time we're playing Pittsburgh. Now, I have not done any pregame watching on Pittsburgh. I've done what I've seen from kickoff to that point. We ran a corner blitz. They were in the middle of the field, and they have not ran one outside play. You're running a corner. Hear what I said, a corner blitz. The ball is in the middle of the football field. So that's approximately 25 yards away from sideline to middle of the field, right? He may be at the top of the number. So let's take 3-4 yards. Let's take 5 yards away. It's 20 yards away. And you running a blitz to a guy that's passing the ball down the middle of the field, and they run the ball up the middle of the field. Those are the type of things that shake my confidence. That's kind of why I'm with Jay Blaze. Those are the things that shake my confidence with the Manny Diaz schemes. You understand? Those are the type of things that I understand corner blitzes if they're running if you call it and they're on the short side of the field and they're short side of the field runners, or even if it's that kind of passing play where they do 5-7 step drops where you can get out. Pickett gets the ball out of his hand quickly. I wouldn't even have a corner blitz in my my game plan this week because you're running it to run it. Now, on the flip side, I didn't see it. It may have happened. I didn't see any doggone safety blitzing this time. Thank God. But anyway, those are the type of things from a schematic standpoint. I still think sometimes we're just grab bagging and we don't really have a lock and key on what our opponent is going to do to us. You can find tendencies on guys. You watch enough film. There's enough film out there now, especially from this year. And hell, this quarterback, I find he a 6-year senior. That dude out there like 29 years old. So he got plenty of film. He beat Dan Marino record with 6 years, and Dan had 4.
Yeah, and with the scheme, honestly, I kind of hope, to be honest, I think I kind of wish Shoop would take over calling the defense and having Manny just. This is what hurts Manny in a sense. He wants to control everything to the point where it's affecting everything on the team. Like, he wants to be so controlling that he doesn't want to relinquish any power and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I'm saying Shoop or T-Rob should be calling the defense a little bit. Like having two co-defensive coordinators who run basically the same defense and stuff like that. So you have two guys that run the same defense on your staff. Why not just have them call the defense and you do everything?
That sounds good, Anthony. But like I say, man, I got to run, man. We got to get out of here. We almost at the 1:30 mark. I got to do some closing remarks. But as always, man, I want to give you your love. I appreciate you. But thank you so much, Anthony, man.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, man. That's my man Anthony in the building. Big shout out to KO Monet, I guess, 954 says I called it. It'll go check 3835 Miami. Lord have mercy. Y'all won't start calling in. I'm going to take this last call. Big shout out to Hurricane Logan for the $5 donation. He says, Ed Reed was telling boys to lose them sleeves. Tried calling a couple of times, no luck. Couldn't stop the slants all game on D. Let's develop and improve. I'm glad you brought that up, Hurricane Logan, about the slants. Hold on, Carlo. Give me 1 second. About the slants. I'm going to take this banner off because if not, y'all keep calling. I'm glad you brought that up, Hurricane Logan, about the slants. We couldn't stop the slants, but you know why? Because I don't know if it was a check or if it was a call, but back to what I was saying, if it was a call, they knew when we were going to blitz, and they called it because now they caught a bead on what we were going to do, watching film, checking tendencies, run the slant right behind the middle blitz. You understand what I'm saying? We love the blitz from the middle. So that was a good beat on them. So real quick, big shout to Hurricane Logan. I give you love after this last call. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. Make it quick because we got to get ready to get up out of here.
Hey, it's Daryl. What's up, V12? What's up, Coach?
What's up, Daryl? Talk to us, man. What's happening with you?
What's going on, Daryl?
I had a quick question. I wanted you guys to talk over with me because I know you know formations and know a little bit more than me. But why don't we run a similar offense to the Pats when they had Hernandez and when they had Gronk with the two tight ends killing the defense with the mismatches? Because I think we scored on that play to Arroyo and Mallory was in the game, and that's what we caused that havoc. We have two great pass catching tight ends, but we score on that play, and then I seldom see that throughout the game again.
Yeah, I can answer if you want to jump in, V12. I could tell you.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, I think we did. I think initially, I'm not sure if the coaching staff kind of saw the potential with Arroyo and 85 and Mallory, but we did run a similar type of offense when Brevin Jordan was there last year before he got hurt. So I'm not sure why they haven't instituted that type of play or that type of offense yet. I'm assuming because they want to get an extra receiver in there, and it may be beneficial to have an extra slot person in there than they had the two tight ends in there. So I mean that's the best I can do right now. But I hope that in the future they use both of them because they're both very good tight ends, and they can sneak and get some first downs and get some plays in the middle of the field and help this team. So I mean I hope they'll go back to right lastly instituting somewhere two tight end sets with them in the game at the same time.
Yeah, man, real
Coach,
quick.
I heard you say something about the defensive scheme. I wanted to ask you, number 23, Corey Couch. It looked like he had a really, really rough game. Was that scheme or is that him regressing or what was that?
I'm gonna be honest with you because I don't know. It's hard to Monday morning quarterback a lot of things when you don't know what's being said in the huddle, the game plan. And sometimes the opponent is just better than you, right? Sometimes that dude you
I remember last year he was kind of like an outbreaking star for us.
Yeah, but guys fall into those slumps sometimes, right? So guys get into those things where, and one thing about corner is like quarterback, you got to have some confidence. If you start losing your confidence, you start losing your game, right? And you start getting beat, and they start reading the newspaper and looking at these kind of shows and listening to the fans bashing them, believing all that plays into your psyche. That's why they always tell cornerback, next play, next play, next play. Excuse me. So with that being said, it may be part scheme. I think it's a little bit of both. Because at corner, he's only doing one or two things. He's either playing man or he's playing off into the zone. But how you play it is where you make your money, if that makes sense, what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
So
hopefully that answers your question.
My last question, because I know you guys have to go.
Yeah.
Also, great show as always. But
appreciate it.
I know you said in the pregame show about more than emotional leader, floor general, if you will.
Field
I
generals.
know that I think Flag trying to communicate a little bit and things like that. Did you see anybody take on that role, or did you see any potential suitors?
I didn't, man. And it's funny you said that. Yeah, I did see Flag a couple of times making calls out there. But I didn't see enough. Maybe it was just the camera angle, so forth and so on. But I didn't see anybody that really stood out so far as taking charge of what's going on the field. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. All right. Well, great show, guys. Appreciate you taking my call.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Real quick, man. I got did you go? Yeah. All right. So real quick, I got a Cash App donation. I'm trying to see. Somebody told me to check the Cash App. I just saw it, but I did check it. So thank you very much. I'm trying to see. Here we go right here. So Tony Class has checked Cash App. Manny Diaz may get another year, but there will be a new DC. All right. Hopefully there will be. And guys, if you would like to donate on Cash App, you're more than welcome. Please do so. Just do at Coach Hayes Football. You'll see the logo. Point right over your head, the V12. You'll see that same logo there. Make sure you do that. They said somebody else had a Hayes black and white picture as well. So make sure if you do, you check that logo right there as well. So with that being said, boy, y'all loose over there, boy. What y'all got going over there, V12?
Hey,
huh?
We hate hands.
So anyway, Ray Gordon with the $5 super sticker, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But anyway, like I said, if you do want to do things on Super Chat, on Cash App, let me know. I do to keep those anonymous unless you say otherwise or you put it in the chat, because I've had some people who did donate through Cash App, and I put their name on. They're like, Coach, I wish you kind of kept it low. So if you do it on Cash App, I won't mention it, but I definitely hit you back with the U sign. Then you know I received it. And other than that, everything is good. I think we got somebody in the building, V12, but we're about to make this thing out, man. We're about to get up out of here.
You rolling out, man. You rolling out.
You rolling out. So anyway, great job right here tonight, man. I appreciate it. We have 325 in the chat right now. At least we need to have 300 doggone likes. I'm finna head over to V12 house right now. We finna hang out. He probably about 14-hour drive, so I'm finna get in the car right now. I'll be there by the morning just so we can watch Sunday football, and I'll drive back.
Okay.
That's a negative. I ain't doing that. I'm staying right here at the crib and watch the rest of these games. But anyway, with all that being said, we out of here, and we going out on a different song. Appreciate you. Alex Tabby on the building. He called in. Let y'all know. Hit him up, 305-205-1697. For all of your home needs when it comes to financing, whether it's refinancing, first hometown buyer, VA loans, FHA loans, whatever you need, he gets you a spot just like Coach. Coach got a crib now. You know what I mean? Just because of that dude, he called in. He's a huge Miami Hurricane fan, and he goes to all the Miami Hurricane games. So with all that being said, we usually go out
moving forward, guys. Moving forward.
Guess what we're going out on today? Guess what we're going out today?
My money, honey. Jiggy low, jiggy low, jiggy that.
Hey, I know my dog from the crib. He hear that. Look, my money, honey. Jiggle it. Hey, y'all put a thumbs up. Hey, y'all put a thumbs up in the building if y'all know that song, man. I need a thumbs up right now if y'all know that song.
Hey, I'm too old school for. I'm on dominant. See, I'm like the caller, man. I'm old school. That's my old school back then. You know what I mean?
He do PP loan. I don't know. Call him and see if he do it. I tell you, I ain't speaking for no other man, but you call him. But they boys are laughing at you, dog. They boys laughing at Hurricane Kilo. Appreciate you as always. We out here, man. Website coming up soon. Check it out, CoachHayesFootball.com. You can go in there right now. Sign up for the mailing list. We're going to get some private stuff going here in a second. YouTube can't bam my head.
I can't wait for that because I think we can learn something. Me too, Coach, from you teaching on them games on your website, man. So that's, you got to do it. I know you're in the lab cooking it up, man. So that'll be another good thing. To let everybody know what's going on and good content, man.
Appreciate it. Hey, the Florida Canes say where Gator fans at? No boy headed to the unemployment line in about 2.5 hours, boy, because it ain't looking too hot right now. Georgia Bulldogs biting a chunk out of that, if you ask me. But anyway, Jam Pony Express, y'all boys too. See, this is why I can't ever get off the show, because I be want to close it out like all professional, but then somebody coming to jiggle out, jiggle that. That's my show up, man. I'm out here, man. Peace out. Oh, hey, let's support our other Hurricane YouTubers, man, out there. Everybody from Coop, Coach Coop, everybody, Paul Scoop on the U, T2Y, Footballville. Who I'm missing out on, man? Float, Miami Flow, Inside Hurricanes. Matter of fact, Hurricane Zoe coming on right now after this. Y'all go check it out, man. They be on the Wholesome one. Yeah, Wholesome will do the great breakdown. Y'all check it out. Everybody support, man, because as they say, it's a youth family, man. Everybody got different tastes in this world. Some like Pepsi, some like Coke, man. It is what it is.
Ritz pineapple.
Peach for me. I'm out, man. Hey, there's some Canes over here.
D Miami Sports Music, salute.
All right, no.
What's up? We got Finger Licking live.
Know, man.
It's some Canes over here. Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain. You seen Big Homie get a fumble? He get a turnover chain. Seen Big Homie get the pick off? He get a turnover chain, 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 turnover chain. You see the whole crowd going user? We want that turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy? We want that turnover chain, turnover chain. Turnover chain is deeper than jewelry, deeper than bling. It's deeper. See, this is our thing, and you as the team is strictly for King. Invented the swag, you rented and brag, but we want it back. Let me get that. But you can keep the old one, cause we keep something new in the bag. All of these players is is hungry. Don't come in here thinking it's funny. We aiming for something. Rocking the chains when it's sunny. Even when raining and slumming, we ain't gonna be slumming. I hope your quarterback don't think it's sweet. The defense will make them take a seat. And if somebody strip the ball out, then somebody get a Cuban link. Now you know how I go with the fans though. We be going wild all in the stands though. If you're not with the team, you're not familiar. If you throwing U's up, you like familiar. Come on, get loose like a band, trombone. Throw 3 or 5 up, my home. CWA, tell them about it. All the canes gone wild when we yelling this out. Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain. You seen big homie get the fumble, he get a turnover chain. Seen big homie get the pick up, he get a turnover chain, 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 turnover chain. You see the whole crowd gon' use her. We want the turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy. We want that turnover chain. Who that? So